Blessings and welcome, my sisters and brothers, to the Law of One study channel. I am Robert, your humble messenger and narrator. It is my pleasure to bring to you conscious channeling from LL Research. Our material and topics today come from Secrets of the UFO, and we shall now speak of the development of man. According to the communications from space contacts, man on Earth has something to learn about long forgotten abilities. According to some of these communications, we all should be able to work miracles. The problem is diagnosed as being the atrophy of Earthman's basic mental muscle. Therefore, we see a lot of contactee material on how to regain the natural abilities which at present we now call psychic or paranormal. Their general attitude is that this mental muscle is not synonymous with the intellect as we know it. Instead, it is a process whereby the basic personal consciousness or vibration of the individual is strengthened through expanding the awareness in an intuitive or non-thinking sense. This process is achieved by means of very simple mental exercises and then is distilled by what you might call the subconscious. The mental exercises have to do with daily meditation. Much can be said for the magnificence of silence, for in silence one may hear the musical voice of God. Listen just for a moment and feel life as it exists. Look into your brother's eyes and see the love of God in the reflection. Don't look up for God. Look in, for it is within each man that he exists with powers unlimited. It is necessary, in addition to practicing meditation, for you to become aware of the original creation and not creation of man. Pay attention to that which is natural. Become aware of it. People of your planet are not aware of the original creation. They have created a very false illusion. Therefore, they are not in awareness of reality. If you think that you are totally aware of the original creation at this time, then you are mistaken. For if you were, you would see us. For we are part of the original creation. There is a technique for increasing your awareness. This technique will be given to you a little at a time, so that you may employ each step. The first step will be to seek to understand each thing that you see that is a portion of the original creation. Take these things one at a time and consider them in detail and try to establish in your mind a totally detached understanding of them. If this part of the creation happens to be a leaf, then study it with care. Become aware of it. Do not rely on old impressions. Develop an awareness of each thing. This will be the first step. This instrument receives my thoughts and relays them to you. These thoughts are not my exclusive property. They are the thoughts of an entire creation of our infinite Creator. It is not necessary for this instrument to be used for you to know these thoughts. They are available to all people, in all places, at all times, for they are the thoughts of the Creator, and these thoughts were meant for all of mankind, in all places. These thoughts are the thoughts with which the Creator created us. These thoughts are very simple. They are a simplicity that is unique, for they are the very foundation of the creation. This is what we are attempting to give man on earth, this original thought. This is what he needs at this time. This thought can only be approached using pure language. It is not a common concept among the people of your planet. This is the reason for their difficulties. The Creator never imagined difficulties in His creation. They are the product of man's erroneous thinking. Meditation begins with a simple increase of awareness of the natural world around you. As you move down the corridors of time, let your awareness grow. Observe the beauty that lies about you. Observe the handiworks of your Creator in His creations. Observe nature in the raw, in your plant life, your animal life, and then peer into the heavens and truly see the great works. Observe closely. Allow your consciousness to open wide and really take in the beauty that lies therein. And soon a realization will begin to dawn in your consciousness of the true greatness of creation. It is important that we see the beauties of creation and begin to catch glimpses of the creative consciousness behind it. We recognize that the ability to sense these qualities of life is the direct verification that these properties exist within ourselves. Otherwise, we could not respond to their qualities. It is only by mutual resonance that we experience. Thinking is not something one does. Thinking is the act of becoming aware of what already exists. One does not try to think to become aware. One only has to remove his own thoughts, and the universal mind rushes in to fill the void. It is evident that all creations throughout this infinite creation are the works in either a direct or indirect sense of the Creator of us all. It is unfortunate that the people of this planet are unaware of the principles that were provided for the extension of the principle of creation. Our Creator provided each of His children with abilities quite similar to His own. Each of you has within you these abilities. They are not possible to be removed. They are within. They are within all of the children of the Creator and will always remain with them. It was so designed by our Creator. He wished for all of His children to have and to use the abilities to govern and mold their environments at will. Unfortunately, the people of this planet have forgotten the principle that was within each of them. It is only necessary that this principle be remembered for each of the children of our Creator to fully manifest them. The teacher that was known to you as Jesus was able to use many more of the abilities than the people of this planet. He was no different from any of you. He simply was able to remember certain principles. These principles are not at all complex. They are very simple. And an understanding of these principles is what we of the Confederation of Planets in the service of our infinite Creator are attempting to give to the people of this planet who would desire them at this time. These principles are not necessarily of an intellectual nature. They are of extreme simplicity and may be realized by anyone at any time. It is only necessary that you avail yourself to our contact through meditation. in order to begin to realize that which is rightfully yours, the truth of the creation and the truth of your position in it. Unfortunately, on this planet, there is what we might term as interference. This interference occurs because of the erroneous thoughts that are manifested in most of the areas of your planet. These erroneous thoughts are of a nature so as to cause a problem in the realization of truth. These erroneous thoughts must be totally obliterated from the thinking of an individual if he or she is to be successful in returning to the original thinking with which he or she was created. We have attempted many times to suggest to you that this original thinking is one of total love and brotherhood. This is not enough. It is very difficult for the people of this planet to understand these concepts in their intellectual way. They have, for a very long period of time, been mentally conditioned by erroneous thinking, so that they cannot easily become intellectually aware of the principles that are simplicity and truth themselves. It is therefore suggested that the intellectual mind be circumnavigated, and the principles be directly communicated to the soul or spiritual mind through the mechanism of telepathic impression in a non-intellectual or a conceptual sense. This we have found to be highly effective with respect to any attempt to get from an intellectual thought to a deeper understanding and awareness of the truth of the principles of our infinite Creator. It is for this reason that we have asked that the individuals who wish to understand these truths avail themselves in daily meditation, so that these impressions may be analyzed by them at a deeper level, and therefore a true and complete understanding be arrived at. If this process of daily meditation will be continued, then each of those who will avail themselves to this will find that they begin to become aware of things about them in a new sense, and that they find that they begin to appreciate the true creation in a greater and more beautiful way. Pluck from your mind all resentment, fear, hate, anger. Leave not one stone unturned to take these things from your mind. And close the door tightly against them. For where these things exist, the seeds of truth do not grow well. As our world is bathed in the violet frequency, only truth will be able to exist. All falsity will fade away of its own accord. That which has blinded man's eyes to reality will pass away before the pure violet fire, like fog passes away before the dawn.